The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Why, hi there, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this Pie Day. Everyone go get your piece of pie because it's your day, this Pie Day. And tomorrow, of course, when we're with you on Wednesday, it'll be Caesar Day, the Ides of March. So everyone should have a Caesar salad and then come back and go breathe on your coworkers. That'll get your back stabbed for you. How about that? Anyway, Marlins and Mets are the choice of today, this first day of June 2001. The Marlins are playing their 53rd game. The Mets their 55th, and they are in a battle royale with the Braves and the Phillies for first place in the National League East. In fact, I believe the Marlins and Braves are 1 and 2. Someone forgot to post the standings sheet, so you'll have to get everything but Seattle during the course of the game. The Mets are going to go with a guy by the name of Gonzalez. Doesn't ring a bell. The Marlins are going to go with Matt Clement, who actually I remember being a better pitcher with the Chicago Cubs than with the Florida Marlins. And that 2-2 with a 6 ERA probably benefits that point a bit. But the Marlins are doing pretty well. They're a couple years ahead of schedule as far as playoffs are concerned. The Mets, of course, the defending National League champions. So let's see what happens on a hot, sticky Friday night in Coral Gables, as it's the Marlins and the Mets next on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents 2001, a season action PC season odyssey. Today, from Pro Player Stadium in Miami, it'll be the Florida Marlins and the New York Mets. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, or iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Midlife Crisis is done with his vacation. I hope you had a good vacation. Did you get to go anywhere? It'll be Matt Clement, as it is snowing to beat the band here right now in Burlington, making his 11th start of the year. He's 2-2 with a 6 earned run average. That's not very good. 26 years old, slider at 91 and a standard pitcher. 29th in strikeouts. Last pitched against the Mets on the 27th of May in New York, a 4-3 win. He went 5 innings, 105 pitches, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. Did not get a decision. But as far as run count, that was his best outing of the year. Oh, that's right. I do remember you getting COVID in Seattle back in September. It was nice of you to visit D. Scott Howard and the Goats, and they gave you COVID. Not very nice. 63 innings for Clement on the replay so far. 64 hits, 43 runs, 42 earned, 7 homers. He's walked 33 and struck out 56. This will be the lineup he'll face. Timo Perez leads off in right field for the Mets. Desi Relaford is at second. He'll bat second. Mike Piazza behind the plate goes third. Robin Ventura is cleaning up at the goodness gracious run at third. Lenny Harris in left will bat fifth. Todd Zeal at first goes sixth. Hamilton in center batting seventh. Ray Ordonez at short batting eighth, and Gonzalez and his 95 pitches on the hill for the Mets. Defensively for the Marlins, it'll be Cliff Floyd, a 6 and a 4 in left. Preston Wilson, a 5 and an 8 in center. John Mayberry is a 3 and a 7 in right. Mikey Lowell's a 4 at third. Alex Gonzalez, a 5 at short. Berg, it's not Mo, a 5 at second. Derek Lee, a 7 at first. And Cliff Johnson, or Charles Johnson rather, an 8 and a 6 behind the plate. Clement, an 8 with a 971 fielding percentage. Well, John, the family that loves together gets sick together too. That's right, I forgot you were going down to deeper in the South. We both got the 24-hour stomach bug a day apart in Savannah and Colonial Williamsburg. So there was that. Ouch. Timo Perez at 289, 2 homers and 11 RBI. Clement starts his evening with a ground ball to second. Berg over to first, 1 out. Just remember, John, sharing is caring. Here's Desi Relaford. It's the first time I've seen him in the field, hitting 284, 2 homers, and 11 RBI. And there's a fly ball to right. Mayberry going back to the track. Off the wall. Relaford's going to have 2. He might get 3 out of this. Throw to Berg, and Berg will throw to third. Relaford is going for it. Lowell gets the ball, and he is safe with his first triple of the year. So 1 out, 3 bagger for Mike Piazza at 303, 12 homers and 28 RBI. From Palm Desert, California, we present the Bob Hope Chrysler Classic. How you doing, Bernie? Well, you shared a lot. Lunch was so good you had to have it 3 or 4 times, huh? Pitch to Piazza. Mike swings. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Relaford will score 1-0. Mets here in the first. Robin Ventura at 202, 9 homers and 24 RBI. So Clement, again, has not had a great replay so far with the Marlins. And I forget when he goes to Chicago. Pitch to Ventura. Walked him. Brings up Lenny Harris at 260. No homers and 4 RBI. So second and third, 1 out. Ground ball to Berg should be 2. Gonzalez for 1. And if there is a throw, it is. It's late. And so it's 4-6 on the fielder's choice. Runners on the corners and 2 out for Todd Zeile. He was at 228, 4 homers and 18 RBI. So Harris on third. Piazza on first. Piazza on third, and that's in a gap in left center. Piazza will score. Harris has good speed. Floyd does not have a great arm, and it's 3-0 Mets. For Darrell Hamilton at 157, a homer and 4 RBI. A cold day in western New York, Dave is telling us. You getting any snow? Clement 30 pitches in the first, and that's a base hit. Wilson will pick it up. Zeile, not blessed with speed, rounds third. Wilson has a good arm, and they're going to try for him at the plate. Johnson puts on the tag, and it gets away from him. Zeile will score, and it's 4-0. So Wilson makes his 4th error of the replay. You could get 8 inches by tomorrow. Wow. It's 32 here. It's a mix. And they're now calling for 4 to 6 here. If it was all snow, it would be at least a foot. Snowing where Gardner is, too. Ray Ordonez at 243. A homer and 20 RBI. Hamilton on third, following the error, and another run is in. Ordonez is in the second standing with his 13th double of the year. And so here's Dickie Gonzalez, who has been handed a 5-run lead with 2 out in the top of the first. The problem is if you yank a pitcher that early, you really are just kind of bombing yourself for the rest of the night. Dickie is 1 for 10 and 2 RBI. Clement deals. There's a ground ball to Gonzalez in the ninth. No, it's not over as Gonzalez got a late jump to throw out the pitcher, and it's now first and third. So 40 pitches into Alice Cooper's nightmare here. Clement has allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned in 2/3 of an inning with a walk. That's a whip of 10.5, by the way. Perez is 0 for 1. So first and third, and The Marlins are desperate to get Clement out of the first inning. Struck him out. Swung at a bad pitch, and that's what Team USA did last night. That was a hole and a half for the Mets. 5 runs, 6 hits, and an error. After half an inning, it's the Mets 5. The Florida Marlins have 27 outs to do something. Dicky Gonzalez, making his 6th start of the replay, is 2-1 with a 3.23 ERA. He's only going to be with the Mets for about 3 more weeks. He's 22 years old, a fastball at 87, and a ground ball pitcher. He faced the Marlins 5 days ago up in New York in that 4-3 loss. He did not get a decision. 5 innings, 88 pitches, 7 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2. 30 2/3 innings for Dickey, 29 hits, 11 runs all earned. He's walked 11 while striking out 15. Dave Berg will lead off for Florida at second base. I wonder if he is any relation to Mo. John Mayberry in right will bat second. Cliff Floyd in left will bat third. Preston Wilson cleans up in center. Mike Lowell at third will bat fifth. Charles Johnson behind the plate goes sixth. Travis Lee Derek Lee will bat seventh and play first base. Gonzalez at short bats eighth, and Clement, well, he'll occupy the 9 spot, but he threw 45 pitches in his half of the first inning. As we set up the Mets defensively, Lenny Harris is a 2-2 in left. Darrell Hamilton a 3-3 in center. Tebow Perez a 6-8 in right. Robin Ventura is a 6 at third. Ordonez an 8 at short. Relaford a 3 at second. Zeal a 6 at first. And Piazza, a terrible fielder, a 3-1 behind the plate. Not as bad as he is at first base for the Mets and Strat in 2004. Oh my gosh. And Dicky Gonzalez, by the way, is a 7 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Berg at 326, no homers and 7 RBI. Pitch to Dave is a base hit into center field. So if there is an advantage of being down 5 runs, is that you haven't gotten it out yet, and so you have the whole game to chip at it. Here's John Mayberry. John is headed to St. Louis. He's at 182 with 2 solo homers. Gonzalez from the stretch. Line drive right field. Perez will pick it up. Berg will hold at second. And before the Marlins can register an out, they have first and second. Nobody out. For Cliff Floyd at 333. 17 homers, 52 RBI. There's a line drive to Hamilton, who will snare it. No, he won't. Dropped right in front of him. It's a trap. And so Berg will hold at third. And it's just going to be one of those games, huh? So the Marlins, with nobody out, have them loaded for Preston Wilson. Mookie's kid at 265, 5 homers, and 35 RBI. Gonzalez deals. Struck him out. Wilson chased a 1-2 changeup. So here's Mike Lowell. Poor Bernie's upset because that's not a Red Sox uniform. Lowell at 275, 4 homers and 25 RBI. Mikey swings, might be 2. Ordonez to Relaford for 1. Desi throws to first. How you doing? Matt, I owe you an email. And that will retire the side. So, the Marlins go down on a 6-4-3 double play. They leave on 2. So did the Mets after 1. 5-0 New York. So here's Relaford. Desi tripled and scored in the first. I'm recovering from a variety of different ailments. Pitch to Relaford. There is a line drive right center field. Desi's going to get 2. So in 2 at-bats, he's got the triple and the double. And that'll bring up Mike Piazza who drove home Relaford, then scored himself on the single in the first. Following the single line drive to Gonzalez, Relaford is back. So 1 out for Robin Ventura, who walked his first time there. Nothing a little of Uncle Ron's snake oil won't take care of, I trust. Well, Pepto-Bismol and Prilosec is what it was, but yeah, the snake oil. And our brand new bitter almond flavor. Never trust an ex-wife to get you a bottle of Uncle Ron's bitter almond flavored snake oil. Is it live or is it Memorex? Pitch to Ventura. Robin into right center field. Wilson moving over. Relaford will go back to the bag and will hold. 2 out for Lenny Harris, who reached on the air and scored. Right? Oh, it was a fielder's choice. Pitch to Lenny. Struck him out. So an easier inning for Clement. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. 5-0 Mets. So Charles Johnson, no relation to Howard or Howard, at 237 homers and 21 RBI. Gonzalez starts the second. Line drive to Ordonez. 1 out. So here's Derek Lee. 239, 4 homers, and 25 RBI. And Lee gets plunked. So if you're a member of our Digital Dice Discord, Lee's hurt. Got him on the leg. So we're going to go with, well, why not? Let's make this a Red Sox reunion. Kevin Millar. Cowboys up to run. 1 out for Alex Gonzalez, 277 homers and 31 RBI. I can't wait for the weather report here from South Carolina. A pitch to Alex is a ground ball. Might be 2. Ordonez to Relaford for 1. Desi throws to first. That's a 6-4-3. Oh, too bad. So sad. Pesky Paul writes, freezing my butt off down here. Oh, karma got me for flaunting our weather. Oh, freezing temps last night and projected for tonight as well. Darn it. Now, if I was in his economics class, I'd start the next test with a 90 and work my way down for that. And Dave gives my response, sorry, no sympathy. Todd Zeal doubled and drove home 2, by the way, in the first. He now has 20 RBI. And what do you mean I need a first baseman? Oh, gosh. They're all terrible. Not as bad as Mike Piazza with the 2004 Mets, but pretty bad. Millar's at 2. So we start the third. Zeal rips this one over to Gonzalez, throws it to Millar, and Zeal is out. You know what? It was one of those bounders that hit the second base bag and bounced right in the waiting arms of Alex Gonzalez. Your kids had to wear socks in their Crocs because it was so cold? Poor Mike had to wrap up our newly planted seagull palm tree last night. We'll set up a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter for you. Here's Darrell Hamilton. He is singled. RBI and a run scored. Clement's pitch struck him out. So after coughing up the hairball and giving up 5 runs in the first, Clement has settled right in there. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks, appreciate it. Would you put away the voodoo doll, by the way? Ordonez. That's true. It was 1 for 1, a double, and an RBI. And nothing better than a little Uncle Ron snake oil on a cold night. FDA requirements now state that it can't be more than 75% grain alcohol. Pitch to Ordonez. Ray slaps this one into left field. Preston Wilson should have made the play. Ordonez is into second with a double. It's 14th of the year for Ordonez. And here's Dickie Gonzalez. He singled his first time up. So anyway, switch computers, and apparently I did not have the login information for me to get into Discord. Pitch to Gonzalez, and Dickie draws the walk. So Clement, who I just praised, is found George Bush's broccoli. It's bad. It's bad. So a full count fastball missed outside. Opening 18 for Clement, 76 pitches, 2 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. Tebow is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Steeler fan says, I love mixing the pineapple and pizza flavors. There's a special herbal supplement in the pizza flavor one, by the way. Pitch to Perez. Runners on first and second. Gets away from Johnson. So Ordonez and Gonzalez move up 90. And the Mets trying to put this one away with 2 out in the third. And a 3-1 count. So I finally pull out the other laptop to see if I could find out what my login information is, because it obviously wasn't something that is on an email that I have. Well, at first, the computer wouldn't turn on. Pitch to Perez. There's a base hit in the left center field. Floyd will cut it off. Ordonez will score to make it 6-0. Gonzalez is going to run on Floyd. The throw to the plate is going to be not in time. It's 7-0 New York. Clement, you don't want to pull him right now just because he's due up first. So he can get one more out. He's pretty much done. Desi Relaford, by the way, has the hard part of the cycle done. He's doubled and tripled. He's 2 for 2 with a run scored. So after we had found the correct power cord for old laptop, and that was the 4th one we found, I turned it on. Relaford strikes out, oh, by the way, but the Mets get 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. Bottom of the third here at Pro Player, 7-0 New York. So Clement won't get the chance to bat. Who can hit a righty? Louis Castillo can at 234, a homer and 15 RBI. I can't find where Discord is on the computer. Just cannot find it. We're now an hour and a half into trying to figure out what to do. I eventually find the bloody thing. Pitch to Castillo is a line drive to right. Perez is there, 1 out. So Dickie Gonzalez, his opening 9:30 pitches. 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits and a strikeout. Berg singled his first time up. Find where it is. Try to run the program. It downloads 15 updates and then promptly won't let me in. Ground ball to first. Zeal's got it. 2 out. I mean, I honestly tried for a half hour to get in. It wouldn't let me log in. It wouldn't stay on. I could get on the other computer, which didn't do me any good. John Mayberry, by the way, is singled. He's 1 for 1. So what I had to do 2 hours later, after all this hoi polloi started, pitch to Mayberry. There's a ground ball to Zeal, and that will retire the side. After 3, by the way, as we come up with a new pitcher, no runs, no hits, no errors for the Marlins. It's 7-0 New York. So who do I have that can pitch? Oh, Vladimir Nunez gets the call. Good for 80 pitches. Vladimir 2-1 with a 2.80 ERA, making his 22nd appearance of the year. He's 26 years old, fastball tops out at 89, and a ground ball plus pitcher. His last appearance was against the Pirates on the 29th in a 13-6 loss. He went 2 2/3, 45 pitches, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 solo home runs, and 3 strikeouts. 45 innings, 34 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned. He's now allowed 7 homers. He has walked 15 and struck out 33. So after all that, trying to break into my own Discord, the other account I have, I was able to change the name of, get a link from Gardner, and that's how I'm back in. But it's not the admin account, and I have no idea how to retrieve that. That's a long story. Piazza, by the way, 1 for 2, a single, and RBI is 29th, and a run scored. Pitch to Mike. There's a ground ball to third. Lowell with a good play over to Millar. 1 out. And somehow in the process of all that, here's Robin Ventura, 0 for 1 with a walk. I irritated my digestive system and kind of caught part of a cold. I'm in a great mood right now. How about you guys? Pitch to Ventura. Struck him out. So Nunez gets him to chase a 1-2 curve for Lenny Harris. Harris is 0 for 2. A run scored and a strikeout. Ground ball to third. Lowell coming in almost on the grass. Long throw to Millar. And Lenny is in there on a bang-banger. So a 2-out single. That's the 10th hit for the Mets. Chat has been silent now. Todd Zeile 1 for 2. A single, a double, 2 RBI, and a run scored. Here's a fly ball to right. Mayberry makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. Mets have left on 5 through 3.5, but they lead 7-0. So Florida and Atlanta are in first. The Mets are a game out, which is why you got this over San Francisco and Colorado. In the Central, Houston a 1.5 up on Cincinnati, 2.5 up on St. Louis. In the West, San Francisco is 1/8 of 10 and a 3-game lead over Colorado. Yankees lead the Red Sox by 4 in the East. In the Central, oh, we've now changed everything. All right, Alexa, what's my notification? Alexa, what's my notification?
2 new notifications. From Amazon. U.S. National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for Burlington. It'll be in effect until March 15th, 8 a.m. EDT. From Amazon. U.S. National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for South Burlington. It'll be in effect until March 15th, 8 a.m. EDT.
That's amazing. We didn't even have a winter weather advisory up till about an hour ago. It must have changed directions and changed directions hard. Yeah, no, they're in the southern part of Vermont, Dave. They're calling for almost 2 feet of snow. We won't get that here, but we're going to get, if it's a winter storm warning, it's 6+. By the way, Chicago leads Cleveland by a game in the Central, and Seattle leads the West by 10. So here's Floyd. Cliff 1 for 1 with a single. So yeah, your storm is already here. I forgot what I was talking about. There's a ground ball to Gonzalez over to Zeile on the first base side, 1 out. So here's Preston Wilson. Preston is 0 for 1. Oh, Discord. As I saw that you'd posted on Discord. So I'm back on Discord, but not with my primary account. It says I can link to other alts, which is nice. I wish I could find my main one. Preston Wilson, by the way, struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Gonzalez winds and deals, and that's a ground ball right side base hit. So that's the 4th hit for Florida. Here's Mike Lowell. He grounded into a double play his first time up. So sorry to see that Bud Grant died. Pitch to Lowell. Gets away from Piazza, and Wilson goes to second. I didn't know that Grant was an accomplished college basketball player with Minnesota. 2-2 the count. There's a fly ball. Right center. Hamilton coming in, rides the swing, makes the catch, and Wilson goes back to second. It's a great play, and Wilson's just going to bluff. With 2 out and down 7. And now I'll bring up Charles Johnson, who's 0 for 1. That's right. I can stop ignoring you. No, I intentionally now ignore you on Discord, especially when you brag about the weather in South Carolina. Here's Johnson. Charles is 0 for 1. By the way, if you're a $5 Patreon of Digital Dice, you get an invite to the Discord. And so I can ignore you in more than one place. Pitch to Johnson is a fly ball left field. Lenny Harris going back. That should stay in the yard or go foul. And an empty seat that wished it was in Fort Lauderdale made that catch. So 1-2 count now to Johnson. Struck him out. And that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. The Marlins have left on 3 after 4. 7-0 Mets. So Hamilton, Ordonez, and Gonzalez to face Nunez, who's going to pitch for a while as we start the top of the 5th. Hamilton is 1 for 2, a single, an RBI, a run scored, and a strikeout. Ground ball to the mound. Nunez throws it over to Millar, 1 out. I see that Joe Pepitone passed away, too. I interviewed his brother Billy for a podcast a long time ago. Ordonez, by the way, 2 for 2. He has doubled twice, driven in a run, and scored. And there's a ground ball to Millar. Kevin picks it up, takes it to the bag for the out, and that will be the second out. Nicky Gonzalez, by the way, has a single, a walk, and a run scored. His brother Billy was a cop on the beat in New York City for years. And he wrote a book about it. So I suppose if you went to Amazon and asked to, look for a book by Billy Pepitone, that would be it. And it says his story. Some of it obviously about having the famous older brother. But him just being a regular police officer in New York. Pitch to Gonzalez. There's a liner into center field. Nicky Gonzalez is having himself a day. So 2 out for Timo Perez, who's 1 for 3. Has 2 RBI and a strikeout. Now, if you sent me a private message on Discord, I'm never seeing that. Not because I'm intentionally ignoring you. Except for in Pesky's case, I am, but not really. Pitch to Perez. Timo hits a slow ground ball down to Millar. Takes it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. Mets leave on a runner. Halfway home in a snowstorm here in Burlington, Vermont, it's 7-0 Mets. you joined us late, here's how we got here. Mike Piazza with a single in the first to score Desi Relaford to make it 1-0 Mets. They would send 10 to the plate, by the way, off of Mac Clement. Todd Zeile, a 2-run double, makes it 3-0 New York. Darrell Hamilton with an RBI single to score Zeile to make it 4-0. Darrell Ray Ordonez, an RBI double to make it 5-0. I can't imagine what, you're my subs, too. People are weird. In the bottom of the first, the Marlins loaded the bases, and they failed to score. In the second, Derek Lee got hit by a pitch and will miss the rest of this one. In the third, the Mets knocked out Mac Clement, a 2-run single by Timo Perez, the damage, 7-0. So Clement, 3 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4. Nunez with 2 hits and a strikeout. And Gonzalez for the Mets, a 4-hitter through 4 with 2 strikeouts. Someone has been sending me private messages with Alanis Morissette lyrics. Isn't that ironic? And I really do think. And poor Matt rubbing it in the weather. I understand, Ron. It's a frigid 61 here today. I have a pronoun and a noun for you. I almost had to put on long pants. I'll remember that this summer, gang. When you guys have 105 degrees and sweltering heat. Kevin Millar, by the way, 327, 5 homers, and 17 RBI. He came in for Lee when Lee was hit by the pitch. Ground ball to Relaford. Desi in on the grass. Throws it to first for the out. So here's Alex Gonzalez. I wonder if they're related. Dickey to Alex. Alex grounded into a double play. Only 65 this weekend in South Carolina. Oh my goodness. Shall we send our supply of hot cocoa and tomato soup? Pitch to Gonzalez. There's a fly ball left field. Harris going back. Alex is going to run all the bases as that ball is gone. That hit the stairwell above the scoreboard. And so if there were any fans here, they'd be chasing after it. The Marlins are on the board at 7-1. Nunez will stay in the game. You leave the effective pitcher in, especially when you're down 7 runs. That was a pick and a poke. And just remember, all your brackets, by the way, for the next 8 hours or so, are still perfect. What happens in Dayton, obviously, stays in Dayton. Nunez is 0 for 7 on the replay. Going to stay in the ball game and hits a ground ball to Relaford. Desi picks it up, throws to first for the out. How about Puerto Rico last night having a perfect game in the World Baseball Classic? 18 batters deep for Gonzalez, 63 pitches, 4 2/3, 5 hits, the home run a moment ago to Alex Gonzalez, and 2 strikeouts. Dave is 1 for 2. Berg swings, ground ball to third. Ventura across the way, and that will retire the side. Marlins get on the board. The solo homer by Gonzalez gets him there. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 6th, 7-1 Mets. Have I been watching Japan? I've had some insomnia, but not that much. Yoshida, they're just always so good. Always a fun team to watch. Here's Desi Relaford, by the way. Desi, 2 for 3, is doubled, tripled, scored a run, and struck out. Gets away from Johnson on strike 3. The throw down to Millar is in time. 1 out. So here's Mike Piazza, 1 for 3. An RBI and a run scored. There is basketball fever up here in Burlington, by the way. For the first time ever, the men's and the women's squads are in the tournament together. Pitch to Piazza. Struck him out. A 2-2 fastball in the outside corner. Yoshida and Ohtani are real close. Maybe they can become teammates soon in the majors. Where is Ohtani going to land? You think he stays with the Angels? Here's Ventura. Robin 0 for 2. A walk and a strikeout. 2 outs here in the 6th. Struck him out. Nunez doing a good job. He gets the sign. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 5.5 in the books. It's the Mets 7, the Marlins 1. So Mabry, Floyd, and Wilson to face Dicky Gonzalez. John is 1 for 2 with a single. Probably the Dodgers, but hoping the Red Sox. Well, the Red Sox have the money. And the Dodgers have a higher luxury tax than Zsa Zsa Gabor's ex-husbands. Pitch to Mabry. There's a fly ball to right. Perez will make the catch. 1 out. I would think he would stay in California. Cliff Floyd 1 for 2 with a single. I can't imagine San Diego being able to afford him. Pitch to Floyd. There's a line drive center field. That's a base hit. Hamilton will pick it up. 6 hit for the Marlins. Floyd a threat to steal. Here's Wilson. Preston is 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Dodgers apparently want him badly. Name me a team that wouldn't want that. They didn't do a whole lot this offseason. They are saving up. Gonzalez goes to the plate. Wilson hits a ground ball. Might be 2. Relaford to Ordonez for 1. Ray will throw late to first, and so it's 4-6 on the fielder's choice. So 2 out for Lowell. Mike is 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play. I haven't heard how much he likes California or not. San Francisco will have the money to chase after him, I'm sure. Pitch to Lowell. Ball 4. So first and second, 2 out for Johnson. Charles is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And of course, if Ohtani wants to stay in LA, doesn't have to worry anymore about the DH and all that, because it's a universal one. Piazza and Gonzalez have a word. Gonzalez kicks and fires. There's a ground ball to Relaford over to first for the out. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Marlins have now left on 5. We go to the 7th here in Miami, 7-1 Mets. So our friend Bernie, by the way, is Lenny Harris 1 for 3, a single, a run scored and a strikeout. Posted the Red Sox lineup yesterday and said for the first time on his time on the planet, he didn't recognize a single player. So I looked at the lineup and I didn't recognize a single player. And Darren Bragg, by the way, will pinch hit, just as long as he doesn't go to the Yankees. Bragg, by the way, is hitting 1,000 as a pinch hitter, 135 overall with an RBI. I wonder if Ohtani would thrive or fail on that kind of pressure. The Yankees are kind of due to have a big signing. Bragg strikes out. That's 5 for Nunez. A full count fastball. Swung on and missed, and here's Zeal. Todd has a double. He's 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. Yep, speaking of former Red Sox, Mr. Bragg. With Messrs. Lowell and Millar in the infield here for Florida. Pitch to Zeal. Todd laces this one in the left center for a base hit. So Todd will... Is he going to turn for 2? No. He gave it a long look and thought better of it. So here's Darryl Hamilton. Darryl 1 for 3, a single, an RBI, a run scored, and a strikeout. If you're interested in watching, by the way, UVM, their game against Marquette Friday will be on the CBS television network. And the game time Saturday for the women has not been determined, but that'll be on one of the ESPN family of network channels. Pitch to Darrell. There's a ground ball to first. Millar might be able to get to here. Gonzalez for one. And Hamilton's going to reach, as there was no throw to first. So 2 out, top the 7th for Ordonez. Ray is double twice. He's 2 for 3. Now has 14 doubles on the year. Who do you guys play in the first round? Lady Gamecocks. An RBI and a run scored. And that's foul tipped. I mean, is it close enough for you guys to go? I mean, being it's so cold, you're going to want to stay inside in a warm place. 1-2 the count. Ordonez. Nunez fires. There's a ground ball left side, base hit. So Hamilton will hold at second. Ordonez at first. Oh, they're going to try. Hamilton's going to try for third. Floyd's going to give this a go, and it is not in time. And I'll bring up Dickie Gonzalez, who is 2 for 2. The pitcher has walked and scored 2. So 7-1. Nunez close to the end of his night. He will bat third in the bottom of the inning. But if he can get the pitcher pretty quickly here, he actually has enough left in the arm. We're going Friday to watch them play Norfolk State, and you are the #1 seed. As usual, Jamie, a big crowd at the Marlins game. Always Halloween for the Marlins. Just a lot of people dressed as empty seats. Pitch to Gonzalez. Dickey hits a fly ball to right. Mayberry going back, but we'll track that one down. Stretch time 7-1 Mets. So as Kim Millar digs in, he's 0 for 1. Mets got 5 runs in the first. Yeah, I can't imagine. That never looked like a good baseball stadium. 85 degrees. It rained every night. All right, Matt. Hope you're feeling better. Pitch to Millar. Kevin hits a ground ball, base hit left side. Darren Bragg stays in the game and left. He's a 2 and a 6. Millar going to dig for 2. The throw to Relaford, and Kevin is in there. And that'll do it for Dickie Gonzalez, who pitched a pretty good ball game. Jared Riggin. Yeah, domes or a roof are a must in Florida in the summer. Let's tell you about Riggin making his 11th appearance of the year. Has no record and earned run average. How you doing, Scotty? Of 5.40. He's 27 years old. Fastball at 94 and a ground ball pitcher. Last pitched last night against the Marlins in a 15-4 loss. Went 1 inning, 23 pitches, 2 hits, a run, it was earned, and a strikeout. Overall, 10 innings, 14 hits, 6 earned runs, 6 runs total. The homer, he has walked 3 and struck out 12. Jamie, what's the latest on replacing the Trop? Alex Gonzalez, 1 for 2. He has the lone run for Florida, a solo shot in the 5th. Got him! A 1-2 fastball, swung on and missed. So we'll let Nunez stay in the game. Why not? They play for the bunt, goes back and forth for years, but nothing that is certain. And I think Montreal is finally off the table. Nunez squares, gets it down. Piazza throws to Relaford. So the bunt works, 2-4. Millar goes to third. 2 out for Burgers, 1 for 3 with a single. Hope they move to Charlotte. I can't see them staying down there. to be honest. And I get yelled at when I mention it, but Jamie, what's your gut say? You live down there. Millar on third. Berg draws the walk, so first and third. And Reagan didn't like the call. The umpire did not eat any hot dogs before the game, so no worries about that. Here's Mayberry, 1 for 3. John's got himself a single. There's a line drive to Ordonez to make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 7-1 New York. I think Nashville is probably going to be closer. I don't know where you would play them right now. Yeah, I'm not sure. Their TV ratings are quite good. But even, I mean, they are the modern day Expos. A very good team. Now with the extra rounds of playoffs, a perennial playoff team that can't draw anything. And it's not like they would lose the market. I mean, the Yankees train in Tampa. Timo Perez, by the way, 1 for 4. He is single, driven in 2, and struck out. Nunez starts the 8th. Ground ball to Berg. Over to first, 1 out. No! That's an error. Who's that going to be on? It's on Berg. As Millar went to scoop it, and it just got under his glove and goes into the dugout. So that's the second Marlin error. 7 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Mets. The Mets. They've left on 8. 1 run, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Marlins. They've left on 7. Rilliford is 2 for 4. He is singled and doubled. Struck out twice and scored once. Nunez delivers. Struck him out. That's 6 for Vladimir. A curve ball on a full count right down Broadway. 1 out. For Piazza, who's 1 for 4, a single, an RBI, a run scored, and a strikeout. Nashville has a good potential ownership group behind it. The spring training has always kind of hurt them establish a base. I think if they had started in Tampa, they would have done better, as opposed to St. Petersburg. Spring training vastly different than regular season market for league sponsorship reach. Yep, that's true, Dave. Scotty says for years the Mariners tried to leverage the local government by threatening to move the baseball to the baseball utopia of Tampa Bay in their state-of-the-art stadium. Well, remember the Giants were headed there in '93, right? And they finally got the funding to... It was something that stopped that move. A promised vote, I think, on what would become Pac-Bell or whatever. Pitch to Piazza after Nunez and Johnson have a word. Ball 4. Speaking of the Giants threatening to move, they had threatened to move to Toronto. Unless they got some considerations and stuff with the city of San Francisco. And I think one of them was to get the turf pulled up, to go back to grass. Perez on second, Piazza on first. 1 out here in the 8th. Nunez looking pretty tired now. Here's Robin Ventura, 0 for 3. He has walked and struck out twice. The White Sox at one point were threatening to move to Tampa. Walked him, and they'll do it for Nunez. So Vladimir, a good effort. Parade to Looper coming on. We got a pitching change from Pro Player Stadium in Miami, Florida. Looper making his 25th appearance is 0-1 with a save and an earned run average of .426. Throws the splitter at 91 and a ground ball pitcher. Looper last pitched on the 29th of May, a 13-6 loss to the Pirates. 2/3 of an inning, 38 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a homer, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. So 25 and a third innings for Looper, 28 hits, 12 runs, all earned. He walked 3, Walked 3 homers allowed, walked 7 and struck out 16. Jamie says, I think Tampa threatened to sue MLB after the Giants or maybe Chicago didn't move, which helped them get an expansion team in the first place. DC should have gotten one of the first teams instead. Yeah, I wonder how that ownership situation will change now that Mr. Lerner is dead. Darren Bragg struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Portland, Oregon wants a team, Scotty says, but they converted their only stadium to soccer only. They have 2 minor league teams now. I have a feeling that the A's are going to Vegas. MLB and all the other leagues go where the money is, Dave says, from people they want to join their club. Bragg, with the bases loaded, strikes out. So Looper gets a big one on a 2-2 curveball. I have somewhere the 78 Red Sox yearbook, which lists all the Oakland games as either Oakland or Denver, because Finley was going to move them. The Portland Pickles and the Hillsboro Hops will meet next. Here's Zeal. Todd is 2 for 4, a double, and is driven in 2 with a run scored. So the bases remain loaded. 2 out, top of the 8th. Zeal into center. Preston Wilson rides a swing coming in, and the Mets get nothing. No runs, a hit, no hits, and 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 7-1 New York. MLB would rather have an expansion team in Vegas. Yeah, the money there would be incredible. That's why they were working so hard to keep the A's in Oakland. And yeah, I think they want to get to 32 in the next few years. Portland, Nashville, Charlotte, and Vegas. And Jamie says, yes, you're right. It was the Padres that were headed for Washington. And the top cards that year were all Washington National League. The uniforms for, I'm not sure what they would have called them, looked very reminiscent of the Cincinnati Reds road uniform of the time. Cliff Floyd is 2 for 3. He is singled twice. Reagan starts the 8th, strike 3. A 1-2 curve in there at the knees. Here's Wilson. Preston 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Not sure if Reagan won't finish the game. He's also due up 3rd in the 9th. Jared winds and deals, and Wilson draws the walk. So Turk Wendell's coming in to pitch. That'll answer that question right now. Wendell, 22 games, a record of 4-1 with a 4.13 ERA. He's 34 years old. Slider tops out at 88. And he's a fly ball pitcher. Last pitched on the 29th against the Phillies, a 4-2 win. Went a clean inning and threw 19 pitches. So overall, 24 innings, 21 hits, 11 runs all earned, a home run. He's walked 10 and struck out 16. Nothing against any of those cities, but not sure if any would be a major upgrade over Tampa. I think Montreal gets a team. I think that now they'd have to have a stadium in place. I think Nashville and Montreal. And if the A's move, I think it's to Vegas. Mike Lowell is 0 for 2 with a walk. Mr. Howard was a senior in high school during the drama of moving the Pilots to Milwaukee. That must have been emotionally terrible. Jamie says if it was him and he had the ultimate say, he would put a team in Montreal and a 3rd team in New York. 5 cities for 2 spots or 4 spots if Oakland and Tampa move. I think Oakland moves. Pitch to Lowell. So a slow ground ball to Zeal, and Todd will take it to the bag himself, and Lowell is in there. He thought I was going to roll foul. Wendell went to cover the bag. And Lowell just beat everybody out. So first and second, one out for Charles Johnson, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Scotty, would Portland be a good baseball market? Here's a liner in the left. Wilson's going to round third. Bragg will pick it up. Bragg drops it around out there. Wilson will score. Lowell goes to third. And Johnson goes to second. It's a single and error, and it's 7-2. Pesky Pole thinks a team in Brooklyn will the raise to Brooklyn. The two teams that were going to be contracted, Jamie, were the Twins and the Expos. Kevin Millar, by the way, 1 for 2. He's got himself a double. Johnson on second, 7-2. Mets lead. Lowell on third. Millar with a base hit into right center field. Lowell's going to score. Johnson will round third and score. So it's 7-4. Kevin digging for 3. The throw directly to Ventura is not in time, and that's a triple. So the Marlins have played 3 here in the 8th. It's 7-4. How stable is the team in Miami? Alex Gonzalez, by the way, a solo homer. That came in the 5th. That's right, the CFL found a billionaire to buy the Owls. Quebec Corps, I think, has been interested in either a hockey or a baseball team. The thing with Montreal is you cannot play at the Big O for more than a couple years. Millar on third. Gonzalez into left center field. Hamilton coming in and will make the catch. Millar is going to tag. A good throw to Piazza is not in time. And Wendell retired one batter. Dennis Cook coming in. It's now 7-5. Gardner's just here for the ads. And have you tried the new Vlasic pickle? It's the best tasting pickle you've ever heard, Rick. So Dennis Cook is 2-2. An earned run average of 270, 38 years old, fastball at 85, and a fly ball pitcher. Making his 24th appearance. Last pitched against the Phillies 2 days ago. 2/3 of an inning, 7 pitches, and a strikeout in a 2-1 win. 20 innings, 11 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned, 3 homers, allowed his walk 7 and struck out 17. Oh, I asked about Scotty about the baseball. I think so. A long tradition of the Beavers and, of course, the Mavericks. And only the NBA for competition. You think Ratcast is a bot? Interesting. So they're going to pinch it for Looper here. Who can hit a lefty now? Eric Owens gets the crack at it. 264, a homer, and 17 RBI. Cook's pitch. There's a fly ball left field. Shinjo coming in the game and double switch, and that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 9th. The Marlins have made some noise. 4 runs, 3 hits, and an error. We go to the 9th, 7-5, New York. So they'll bring on Alfonseca. Stick him in the 9 hole. Antonio 3-3, 10 saves, and a 3.67 ERA. 29 years old, an extreme ground ball pitcher. Fastball at 89. 23rd appearance. He's converted 10 of 12 saves, although this is not a save situation. Last pitched against the Pirates on the 28th. 1 inning, a hit on 13 pitches. 27 innings overall, 38 hits. 17 runs, 11 earned. He's given up 4 homers, walked 4, and struck out 11. Jamie's right. The problem for baseball is a regional sport for TV. National's not important like football. They need to have a big local area market. So, Nashville Portland and Charlotte kind of. Charlotte's the biggest market without a baseball team, right? Darryl Hamilton's 1 for 4 with an RBI, a run scored, and a strikeout. Alfonseca trying to keep this a 2-run ball game. Hamilton into right. Mabry moving over, and that's out of play. Somebody from Hollywood made that catch, and the count is 0-2. Ground ball to Berg. Over to Millar. 1 out. Ray Ordonez, 3 for 4. 2 doubles and a single and an RBI. Charlotte gets bigger by the hour. Jamie says, I think North Carolina, between Charlotte and Raleigh, they could do well. If they don't do Montreal, I can see Charlotte and Nashville being the 2. I wish Brad was here. Brad's always good at these type of questions. And I don't know about Portland. I know Nashville has the best ownership group ready to go. And I don't think Major League Baseball, if the A's do leave, would want to leave the West Coast. Yeah, Dave, we went from nothing to a winter weather advisory to a winter storm warning in about 40 minutes. Vancouver's a big market. You got the stadium, too. They'll fill the Seattle games, so Toronto's in town. Pitch to Ordonez, who's 3 for 4. He's 4 for 5 now. That's a ground ball single to left. So here's Shishoei Shinjo, who was in the 9-hole. He came in when Dennis Cook came in the ball game. Yes, 65 is so cold. Put an extra marshmallow in your hot chocolate, okay? Shinjo at 289, 7 homers and 18 RBI. Ordonez on first, 7-5 Mets, 1 out, 9th inning. Shinjo punches that one into center for a single. So first and second. You were looking for your jacket, you just might take it to 70 today. Oh. Here's Timo Perez. It's so warm in Palm Springs that Bernie hasn't talked for an hour. Timo is 1 for 5, by the way. Perez has a single, 2 RBI, and a strikeout. Oh, are you going to have to wear long sleeves at the St. Patrick's Day parade? Oh. I'm crushed for you. Scotty says sunny and chilly from the far northwest, pushing 60 by the weekend. Fly ball, left field. Floyd will make the catch for the out. Ordonez goes back and will hold. In Vermont right now, 30,000 people are without power. There's some pretty good wind with us, too. That's okay. When it's 90s on Halloween, you won't hear from me. Here's Relaford, 2 for 5, a double and a triple, a run scored and a struck out 3 times. Started with a double and a triple, and then fanned. 7-5 Mets, 2 out, top the 9th. 2 on. Alfonseca trying to get out of this jam he's put himself in. Relaford swings, ground ball to Berg at second, over to Millar, and they do. So the Marlins, need 2 to tie and 3 to win. They're going to have to get past Armando Benitez, who's coming in for the Mets. Benitez 1-0. He's converted 13 of 20 saves. That's not very good. An earned run average of .591. Bernie says, going to rain for about 2 days in the desert. Planning to go home Thursday. Can't wait to get back to your games in studio. Weather down here in Tampa is, the summer's not much worse than most places, but it starts in May and does not stop till the end of October. Benitez making his 24th appearance, 28 years old. He throws a splitter at 95. He got the save 2 nights ago against the Phillies in a 2-1 ball game. 1 inning, 14 pitches, a hit and a strikeout. So overall, 21 and a third innings, 18 hits, 14 runs all earned. 4 homers, 20 walks, and 26 strikeouts. Berg 1 for 3. A single and a walk. That's a line drive up the middle, and the tying run is now at the plate. So the Marlins, remember, were down 5-0 in the first inning. Here's John Mayberry. He's 1 for 4. When summer comes on a weekend in the Pacific Northwest, you all go out and celebrate. Pitch to Mayberry. Struck him out, so 1 out. A 1-2 cutter at 96, and here's Floyd. Cliff is 2 for 4. He has singled twice and struck out. 1 out, 7 runs, 15 hits, and error for the Mets. They've left on 13. The Marlins, 5 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors, and they've left on 7. Long gone. Tie game, upper deck shot, 7-7. So Benitez blows his 8th save of the replay. My goodness, that was hammered. That was an absolute no-doubter. And they've come all the way back. Jamie's grandfather from Ireland used to say about the weather there, it was either raining, about to rain, or just rained. Kind of like my bad Irish accent. Yeah, that's a comeback and a half. So 7-7, 1 out. For Preston Wilson, 1 for 3. A walk, a strikeout. Have a good day, pesky pole. And a run scored. Benitez deals, and Wilson has been walked. So the winning run is on, 1 out. For Mikey Lowell, who was 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Hit and run is on. Lowell's throw down to Relaford, and Wilson's out. They pitched out. And so now if Lowell's going to win this game right now, he's going to have to do it on a solo homer. But the Marlins have forced extra innings. Pitch to Lowell. Fly ball, shallow left field. Shinjo coming in, and it's free baseball on a snowstorm. How about that? After 9, a 2-run homer by Cliff Floyd ties this game at 7. Ugh. Righty, lefty, righty. So they're going to give Alfonseca a hitter. Piazza 1 for 4. An RBI, a run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. Ground ball to short. Gonzalez throws it over to Millar. And that gets away from Millar. And Piazza's going to reach. And now Joe McEwing is going to pinch run. So Gonzalez with a bad throw. And the Mets have the go-ahead runner on. Third error for Florida. Here's Ventura, 0 for 3, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Line drive to right. Mayberry is there. And do they get McEwing doubled off of first? No. Here's Armando Benitez. They're going to pinch hit for him. He blew the save with the big home run to Floyd in the 9th. Benny Akbayani will pinch hit. As a pinch hitter, hitting .500 with 2 RBI. Overall, 306, 4 homers, and 14 RBI. To third, might be 2. Lowell, Berg for 1, pivots, throws to first, and they turn it 5-4-3. So Alfonseca gets through the inning. We go to the bottom of the 10th, 7-7. C.J. Nitkowski. No record, 5 appearances. 5.40 ERA, 28 years old, fastball at 91. And the standard pitcher, last pitched against the Marlins on the 26th up in New York. 10-9 win, 1 inning, 26 pitches, 2 hits, and 3 strikeouts. Talk about the agony and the ecstasy there. 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A walk and 4 strikeouts. Johnson is 1 for 4. He has singled, struck out, and scored. Fly ball left field. Shinjo out of play. 1-2. So it's Shinjo, Hamilton, and Perez, the outfield for the Mets. Ventura, Ordonez, Relaford, and Zeal, the infield. The battery, Todd Pratt behind the plate. He will hit third. He's a 2 and a 1. And Nataski is a 2 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. The 1-2 to Johnson is a pop-up left side. Ordonez on the grass. 1 out. Millar is 2 for 3 since coming in. A lot of free baseball, Jamie says. Red Sox and Yankees won extra innings for RJL last night. Millar, by the way, is driven in 2 with a run scored. Nastowski deal struck him out. A 1-2 curve at the knees, 2 away. For Alex Gonzalez, who was 1 for 3, has a home run. Laces this one in the left for a single that Shinjo misplays. How about that? Gonzalez is going to get 2. Excuse me. A single and an error. It just skipped one way and Shinjo went the other. Was Robert using a ghost runner? I'd be surprised. It's 88 for him. So 2 out. The winning run on second. And Mike Redmond will come in to pinch hit with Mark Corey coming in to pitch. So the wheels turn here in Miami. Redmond at 311, a homer and 4 RBI. Does not have a pinch hit. Corey 0-1, an earned run average of 9. And is 0-1. Last pitched against the Marlins on the 27th up in New York. And that 4-3 loss went an inning, 11 pitches, 3 hits, a run. So overall, 3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs all earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So Robert does use the modern rule. Not sure if the ghost was Cobb or Spreaker, but yeah, he does use it. It's an interesting twist. So here's Redmond at 311, a homer and 4 RBI. 7-7. Marlins tied the game in the 9th on the 2-run homer by Floyd. Pitch to Redmond. Struck him out. After 10, no runs, a hit, and an error. The Marlins have left on 8. We go to the 11th, 7-7. So, Ricky Hockey Bones will come in to pitch. Ricky on short rest, 1-5, an earned run average of 443. Making his 23rd appearance. He's 32 years old, fastball at 90, and a ground ball pitcher. He went last night against the Mets in that 15-4 win from the Marlins. 1 inning, 28 pitches, 2 walks and a strikeout. Excuse me. 22 1/3 innings, 27 hits overall, 11 runs all earned, 3 homers, 11 walks, and 23 strikeouts. How do you take out a ghost runner? You just pat something on the head and call it Casper. Zeal was 2 for 5, a single, a double, 2 RBI, and a run scored. Bones starts the 11th with a fly ball to left field. Wilson moving over. 1 out. For Darrell Hamilton, who's 1 for 5. Driven in a run, scored, and struck out. Line drive to right. Mabry's there. 2 out. It'll be Berg, Mabry, and Floyd for the Marlins in the bottom of the inning. Ray Ordonez 4 for 5. He is single twice, double twice. Driven in a run and scored. Me. Pitch to Ordonez. Struck him out. So Bones, who was tired from last night, gets 3 outs on 10 pitches. We go to the bottom of the 11th, 7-7. So Berg, Mabry, and Floyd. Davis 2 for 4. A single twice, scored, and walked. Mark Corey and Ricky Bones, the pitchers of record here at Pro Player Stadium. There's a liner to left. Shinjo, 1 out. For Mabry, John is 1 for 5 with a strikeout. Pitch from Corey. High fly ball, but shallow to right. Perez, 2 out. So Corey has done his job. He's gone an inning. And here's the reason why we're still here. Cliff Floyd is 3 for 5. It is 18th of the year and is now driven in 54. Right center. Hamilton. And the band plays on. We go to the 12th. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After 11, 7-7. So here's Shinjo. He's in the 9 hole. Perez and Relaford to follow. Ricky Bones is going to get a second inning in, or at least try to. Shinjo singled his first time up, 1 for 1. He's 2 for 2 now as he laces that one past Berg at second. 16th hit for the Mets, 7-16-2 for New York. They've left on 13. The Marlins, 7-13-3. They have left on 8. Perez 1 for 6. Has driven in 2 and struck out once. Bones deals. Popped up left side. Lowell will make the catch. 1 out for Relaford. Desi is 2 for 6. He started off like a house of fire. He tripled and doubled, and then struck out his next 3 times up. Wilson, Lowell, and Johnson for the Marlins in the 12th. Got him! So Bones gets him to look at an 0-2 changeup. And now I'll bring up Todd Pratt hitting .085 with an RBI. I hope not. My voice is gone. I know it's only 23 after 10 out in Washington. Pitch to Pratt. He walked him. Way to walk the hitter hitting 40. For Robin Ventura, who is 0 for 4, he has walked twice and struck out twice. And with the lefty, they're going to go to the bullpen. Vic Darrensbourg coming in. Vic is 1-0 with a save and an earned run average of .263, making his 25th appearance of the year. He's 30 years old, throws the curve, the fastball tops out at 84, and is a standard pitcher. All right, see you later. So Darrensbourg pitched last night in that 15-4 game against the Mets. Went 1 inning, 27 pitches, 3 hits, a run it was earned, struck out 2. So 24 innings, 22 hits, 7 runs all earned, a homer. He has walked 3 and struck out 28. So Shinjo on second, Pratt on first, 2 out for Ventura. who was 0 for 4. He has walked and struck out twice. He strikes out. They got him, and we go to the bottom of the 12th. No runs, a hit. The Mets have now left on 15. We go to the bottom of the 12th, 7-7. It's a good thing I wasn't planning on a doubleheader today. Here's Preston Wilson, by the way, 1 for 3. Has walked twice, singled, and scored. Struck out. Mike Lowell and Charles Johnson to follow. Mark Corey living on borrowed time here in the 12th. Walked him. So the winning run is on base. For Lowell, who was 1 for 4. Wilson was caught stealing on an attempted hit and run. Lowell has scored a run, grounded into a double play, and walked. They got him. An 0-2 fastball at 93, 1 out. For Charles Johnson, 1 for 5. His single, scored, and struck out. Mark Corey is living the life of Riley here on the mound. Throws to first, and Wilson is back. Pitch to Johnson. Struck him out. Would you believe that? A full count fastball on the inside corner, and that brings up Millar, who is 2 for 4. He has doubled, tripled, driven in 2 with a run scored and a strikeout. Corey, deep breath, ground ball to first, and the band plays on. After 12, as Eel touches the bag, 7-7. Not sure who the Mets have left for pinch hitters as we play the 13th. If you're wondering if it cools off in Miami at night, no. It's 79 degrees, no wind. Edgardo Alfonzo will pinch hit. As a pinch hitter, 286, a homer, and 2 RBI. Overall, 258, 7 homers, and 28 RBI. Aaronsborg starts the 13th by hitting Alfonzo. There's your ghost runner. Got him on the ribs. Here's Zeal. Todd is 2 for 6. Is singled, doubled, driven in 2, and scored. Fly ball, right field. Mabry will make the catch, and Alfonso goes back to first. So 1 out here in the 13th. It'll be Gonzalez, pitcher spot, and Berg for the Marlins. Here's Hamilton, 1 for 6. Darrell has singled, driven in his 5th run, scored, and struck out. Popped up, left side. Lowell, 2 out. For Ray Ordonez, who's had himself a day, 4 for 6, 2 singles, 2 doubles, an RBI, a run scored, and a strikeout. Alfonso on first. Ordonez slaps this one to left, but right in the waiting arms of Cliff Floyd, who dives and makes the catch to retire the side. The ageless John Franco coming in for the Mets. The bottom of the 13th coming up, 7-7. So Franco making his 21st appearance, 2-1, with an earned run average of 443. If this game keeps going, Mario Mendoza is loitering in the Marlins dugout. He hasn't gotten dressed yet, but he's loitering. You're absolutely right. And we need Lorenzo to go Maldito as loud as he can. Franco is 40 years old, fastball at 87, and a ground ball pitcher. He last worked last night, 2/3 of an inning, 23 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and a strike and 2 strikeouts. So 20 1/3 overall, 22 hits, 10 runs, all earned. It's a snow day for most of us, so why not? Home run allowed. He's walked 7 and struck out 23. Gonzalez is 2 for 4. He is singled, homered. That homer came in the 5th. Gonzalez, hard ground ball to Ordonez, over to first. 1 out. If this game goes to the 14th, Shinjo, Perez, and Relaford. Who they're going to face, I don't know. Who can hit a lefty? Jeff Abbott will pinch hit. 125. 143 is a pinch hitter. But the bench is thin. Struck him out. So a full count fastball, 2 out for Dave Berg, who was 2 for 5. Has singled twice and scored. Franco deals. Into left center, Hamilton rides the Schwinn and makes the catch to retire the side. Someone want to wake up the Bot Gardner? We go to the 14th, 7-7. So Jesus Sanchez will come in to pitch. Jesus is 0-1 with a save, and an earned run average is .794. Making his 6th appearance of the year. Eventually he'll make 9 starts. Fastball pitcher at 92 and a flyball pitcher. Pitched last night, 16 pitches in that 15-4 win, 1 inning, a hit, and a strikeout. So overall, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 5 runs all earned, a homer, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. So Shinjo, Perez, and Relaford here in the 14th for the Mets. Shinjo was 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Now all I need is like Tribe Fan or Todd B to do the 14th inning stretch. Ground ball to third, Lowell. 1 out. 79 degrees, and that's the coolest it's been the entire game here. This would have been a set. Look at the amount of pitchers we've used. So a 7:05 start. And so in the simulated world of this ball game, it is now 12:22 a.m. Saturday morning. Someone needs to wake up Ralph Kiner. Here's Perez, 1 for 7, a single, driven in 2 and struck out. Into right field. Mabry has it for the out, 2 away. For Relaford, Desi 2 for 7, doubled, tripled, and has struck out 4 times since. Sanchez winds and deals, and Relaford is hit. Got him on the knee. So 2 out for Todd Pratt, who walked his last time up. Line drive right center, extra bases. Wilson can't make the play. Relaford will round second. Relaford will round third and score, and the Mets go up 8-7. That woke up Kiner. Brings up Robin Ventura, who's 0 for 5. He's walked twice and struck out 3 times. So if you had gone to Vegas with Bernie and said, I put down 20 on Todd Pratt to possibly bring in the game-winning run, you'd get a nice visit in a padded wagon. Ventura draws the walk, so first and second now. 2 out for John Franco's spot. I'm not sure who they have left. They don't have anybody left. Franco's got a swing, popped up left side. Gonzalez will make the catch, and the Mets finally get a run on a hit and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 14th here at Pro Player Stadium. 8-7 Mets. So Franco to face Mabry, Floyd, and Wilson. The Marlins need 1 to tie and 2 to send everybody home happy. Mayberry is 1 for 6. He has singled and struck out. Franco starts the inning, hit him. And so the winning run is now Cliff Floyd. Hang on time at the plate. Yep. Floyd is 3 for 6. It is his 2-run homer in the 9th. Is the reason why we're all still here. Ventura and Zeal guard the lines. Franco is pretty much spent. Might be 2. Ordonez. Relaford for 1. And Floyd is safe at first as the throw is not in time. So 5-4 on the fielder's choice. 1 out for Preston Wilson, who is 1 for 3. He has singled, scored, walked 3 times, and struck out. Both remaining Marlin fans are wearing rally caps. Franco takes a deep breath while Pratt will go out there and have a word. Pitch to Wilson. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Hamilton will throw it in the infield. Floyd isn't going anywhere. So here's Mike Lowell, who was 1 for 5. He can homer. He has a run scored, a walk, a strikeout, and grounded into a double play. The 5 Mets fans left are wondering what time dinner theater starts. So Franco, deep breath, delivers. Long gone! The Marlins have won the ball game on a 3-run homer by Mikey Lowell. They win this by the score of 10-8 in 14 innings. Wow! All right, we'll do the recap for you but we'll do the who won and all that tomorrow because my voice is shot. Wow, wow, wow. 10 runs, 15 hits, and 3 errors for the Marlins. This game took 5 hours and 45 minutes to play. Wow, indeed. So it would have ended at 12:50 in the morning. So 10 runs, 15 hits, 3 errors. Come on. With 9 left on. Yeah, almost as long as we were playing a basketball game. The Mets, 8 runs, 17 hits, and 2 errors. They led in the first 5-0. They led in the third 7-0. They led in the 14th 8-7. But when you leave on 18, that's not going to work. 8 runs, 17 hits, 2 errors, 18 left stranded. John Franco takes a loss. He goes to 2-2. Matt Clement is the luckiest guy in the city of Miami. That's not working Miami Beach. 3 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, and gets not only no decision, but he's probably pitching up to freshen up the pitch. Sanchez the win, Franco the loss. We'll go through Friday tomorrow for you when we play some more baseball. Until then, Ron Juckett, have a great day, everybody. So long. It'll be Cleveland and the Yankees tomorrow from the Jake, I think.